Hello everyone, welcome to our video class section of plus 2 biology. We already started the chapter sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, and we took the portions, the structure of the male gametophyte. Okay, so here we are discussing the questions, previous year question from the portions. Okay, so first question is, draw a diagram of a matured microspore of an angiosperm. Label its cellular components only. Okay, that question asked in 2014. Okay, that's why I tell to you, draw the structures very carefully and neatly and label all the parts. Okay, so draw a diagram of a matured microspore and label any two cellular components, means label the cell, the two cell stage. Okay, generative cells and the vegetative cell. Generative cell is spindle shaped structure and vegetative cell is vegetative cell, dense cytoplasm seen in the vegetative cell. Next question is, give an example of a plant which came into India as a contaminant and is a cause of pollen allergy. Okay, so asking the name of the plant which causes pollen allergy. The example for that is Parthenium or carrot grass. Parthenium or carrot grass. This question also asked in 2014. Okay. Next question is, the microscopic pollen grains of the pest are obtained as fossils. Mention the characteristics of the pollen grains that make it happens. Okay. So the answer is, okay, so the axon of the pollen grain have an outermost hard layer composed of a chemical sporopollenin. It is highly resistant to high temperature, acids, strong acids and alkali. So pollen grains are obtained as fossils. Clear it is. Again I am repeating, the axon of the pollen grain have an outermost hard layer composed of a chemical sporopollenin. It is highly resistant to high temperature, strong acids and alkali. So pollen grains are obtained as fossils. Okay. The next question is, the next question from this portion is, give an example of a plant which came into India as a contaminant and is a cause of pollen allergy. The same question is repeated. What was the answer? Parthenium or carrot grass is an example for that causes allergy. Okay, the next question is, name the process of formation of male gametes in flowering plants. Okay, what was the process? Name the process of formation of male gametes in flowering plants. The process is called microsporogenesis and it is the mitosis of generative cells of the microspore. Clear it is? The process called microsporogenesis and it is the mitosis of the generative cells of the microspore. Okay, how many nuclei are present in a fully developed male gametophyte flowering plant? How many nuclei are present in a fully developed male gametophyte of flowering plant? Okay, so there are the answer is 3. Okay, one vegetative nucleus and the 2 male nuclei. Okay, from the generative nuclei another nuclei is forming, so the number is forming is 3. So that is known as 3-celled stage. 1 vegetative nuclei and the 2 male nuclei. Clear it is. So after this video class, you should write down all the questions in your the extra notebook. Okay, we are maintaining an extra notebook for biology. On that notebook, you write down all the questions. Clear. Next question is, what is the function of a germ pore? What is the function of a germ pore? Okay. We know the fact that the pollen grains are covered by axon and indane, but in a certain region the axon is not covered completely and the indane is a very thin layer. Okay, so on that region is known as germ pore. Germ pore is the axon lacking region of the pollen grain. Germ pore is the axon lacking region of the pollen grain through which the pollen tube or germ tube emerges soon after pollination. Clear it is? Germ pore is the axon lacking region of the pollen grains through which the pollen tube or the germ tube emerges soon after pollination. Okay, the next question is, what is the site of microsporogenesis? That means where the microsporogenesis process occurs. Microsporangium or pollen sac of anther. Microsporangium or pollen sac of the anther are the site of the microsporogenesis. The next question is, in maximum angiosperms, pollen grains are shed at two-celled stage. Okay, name the two cell. Which are the two cells? One is vegetative cell and the other one is the generative cell. Okay, the next question is, which are the three cells are found in the pollen grain when it is shed at the three-celled stage? Okay, one is vegetative cell and the other one is two male gametes. So almost all the questions are repeating. Okay. The next question is, in the TS of mature anther given below, identify A, B and mention their function. The question is asked in 2009. Okay, so here given the picture of the anther, TS of the mature anther they given, and they are labeled at A and B. Okay, and you have to be write what is the portion A and B indicate and mention their functions too. Okay. So here the A indicates sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue means it forms pollen grains. Okay, and the B layer, that is tapetum. Tapetum is the layer of the pollen grain that provides nourishment. Clear it is sporogenous tissue and the tapetum. When I gave this question papers image, you just identify A and B. Okay, the next question is, explain giving two reasons why pollen grains can be best preserved as fossils. Why the pollen grains can be best preserved as fossils? The question is asked in 2010. Pollens are produced in large numbers. The sporopollenin in exine protects the pollen from the hash condition. That was the answer. The sporopollenin in the exine protects the pollen from hash conditions. Clear? Next question is, same type of questions repeated in 2013. Name the organic materials the exine and the intine of an angiosperm pollen grain are made up of. Explain the role of exine. Okay, so exine is made up of sporopollenin and intine is made up of cellulose and pectin. Exine is the most resistant organic material and can withstand high temperature, acidic, alkali and environment. I think now you clearly understand what is exine and what is intine. More than 10 times I am repeated the same topic, exine and intine. Okay, so exine is made up of sporopollenin and intine is made up of cellulose and the pectin. The next question asked in 2013, that is, differentiate between two cells enclosed in a mature male gametophyte of an angiosperm. Differentiate between two cells enclosed in a mature male gametophyte of an angiosperm. Okay, the two cells are, one is vegetative cell and the other one is the generative cell. And what are the features of the generative cell? Okay, the question carries 2 marks, so you have to be written two features of each of them. Okay, so vegetative cell features is it is bigger in size, it has reserved food materials. Clear? And the generative cells means it gives rise to two male gametes. It is smaller and floats in the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. Again, I am repeating, vegetative cell is big and it have the property to reserve food materials. Okay, generative cells is smaller and floats in the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. It gives rise to two male gametes. Clear it is? Then the next question is, pollen grain in wheat are shed at three-celled stage, while in peas they are shed at two-celled stage. Explain where the germ pores present in a pollen grain. So the question, I am again repeating the question. Pollen grains in wheat are shed at three-celled stage, while in pea they are shed at two-celled stage. Explain where the germ pores present in a pollen grain. Okay, so at the time of shedding wheat pollen consisting of one vegetative and the two male gametes. Okay, so that is known as three-celled stage. Okay, while in case of pea, that is two-celled stage means it contains only the vegetative cells and the generative cells. Okay, so three-celled stages helps for the process of pollination. Okay, and I told you that in most of the angiosperm group, 60% of flowers will 60% of flower will shed off at this two-celled stage. Next question is, where is sporopollenin present in plants? State its significance with reference to its chemical nature. Okay, now it's the time to answer. I know you clearly know what is the use of sporopollenin. What is sporopollenin? Sporopollenin seen in the exine portion of the pollen grain. The function is to protect it. Okay, and it help to preserve the pollen grain. Then help to withstand the unfavorable conditions like strong alkalis, strong acids, enzymes, and temperature. Okay. Then the next question that we are discussing, that is a pollen grain in angiosperm at the time of dehiscence from an anther could be two-celled or three-celled. Explain how are the cells placed within the pollen grains when the two-celled stage. So asking what did you mean by the two-celled stage and the three-celled stage? Okay, what is meant by two-celled stage and the three-celled stages? Okay. The next question is, draw a diagram of a pollen grain with the germ tube and the two male gamete. Okay, so you have to draw the pollen grain and a pollen tube formation and mark in it the two male gametes. Okay, two male gametes. The next question, given alongside is an enlarged view of the one microsporangium of a mature anther. So here given the picture, first question is name A, B and C volae. So asking what are the A, B and C indicators. That's why I told to draw the pictures neatly 5 times in your notebook. Okay, so here the A denotes endothecium and the B denotes middle layer and the C denotes tapetum. So endothecium and epithelium helps in the dehiscence process. Okay, and it also gives protection. And the middle layer, it stores food, and the epithelium also helps in the nutritive function. Clear it as? Okay. Then the tapetum provides nourishment to the developing pollen grains. Okay. Tapetal cells also secrete Ubish granules that provide sporopollenin and other materials for exine formation. Okay. So the first time I telling that time Ubish, U-B-I-S-C-H, Ubish granules. Okay. The tapetal cells secrete Ubish granules. That Ubish granules help to provide sporopollenin and the other materials for the exine formation. Clear it as? Sporopollenin and the sporopollenin formation occur with the help of the Ubish granules secreted by the tapetal cells. Okay. Clear it is? Then the next question is, name the organic material exine of the pollen grain and is made up of. How is this material advantage to pollen grain? I am not repeating I repeated so many times that question. The next question is, how are pollen bank are useful? What are pollen bank? Pollen bank means cryopreservation of pollen grains. Okay, so here we are preserving the pollen grains at the temperature of minus 196 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we can use it as later. Clear it is? The next question is, okay, the next question, draw a labeled diagram of an anther lobe at microspore mother cell. Mention the role of different wall layers of the anther. So you have to draw the labeled diagram of an anther lobe. Okay, and mention the role of different layers of the anther. Okay. Next question also a labeling question, repeated in 2011. Draw a diagram of an enlarged view of a TS of one microsporangium. TS of one microsporangium of an angiosperm and label the following parts. And here given tapetum, middle layer, endothecium, microspore, mother cell. Then the question number, this is a 5-mark question. So second part of the question is mention the characteristic features and functions of tapetum. The third part of this question is explain the following giving reason. A pollen grain as well as preserved as fossils. Pollen tablets are used in pollen tablets are in use by people these days. I told you that these pollen grains are rich in nutrients. Okay. Then the next question is 5-mark question. Describe the sequence the events led to the development of a 3-celled pollen grain from the microspore mother cell in angiosperm. So you have to be written very clearly. Describe the sequence of events. Okay. So from the anther structure to pollen grain formation, that is very important. Describe the sequence, the events that led to the development of a 3-celled pollen grain from the microspore mother cell in angiosperm. Okay, so it's a 5-mark question. So you can mention all the points from the anther to the pollen grain. Clear? It is from the anther to pollen grain. You mention all the points. Next question is describe the characteristic feature of to describe the characteristic feature of the TS of the anther. That also we discussed. Next question is how does microspore mother cell develop into mature pollen grain in angiosperm? The same question asked in another way. How does the microspore mother cell develop into mature pollen grain in angiosperm? The second part of the question is describe the structure of a mature pollen grain and draw a label diagram of its 2-cell stage. So, okay, you have to mention what are the 2-cell stage and draw the diagrammatic representation of this 2-cell stage. Clear it is. Then the next question. Draw a label diagram of the sectional view of the mature pollen grain in angiosperm. Explain the function of its different parts. I think I discussed all the portions or all the previous year board questions from the chapter. The formation of the male gametogenesis. Okay, what are happening in the male gametogenesis? I discussed all the points. So you have to be studied very thoroughly and very clearly, because I took a small portion how the male gametophyte is forming. Okay, as per the CBSE board exam, this chapter having great or it having a large mark. Okay, so study it very thoroughly and clearly.